Hello and welcome to today's episode of IT Galore. I'm your host Kevin Doyle, coming to you from the bucolic banks of the River Shannon here in Limerick City, Ireland. Today I want to start a discussion on the topic of information technology law, and particularly the Electronic Commerce Act 2000. Given that there are different laws in different jurisdictions, I'll be focusing on Irish law that are enforced in the Republic of Ireland. So, the Electronic Commerce Act 2000 is considered or has contributed immensely to the growth of the Irish IT sector over the last 10 years. Particular sections of the Act, particularly 25, 26, 27 and 28 of the eCommerce Act are my main focus today. When it comes to talking about that particular act and in the context of Irish information technology law. The main goal, I suppose, of the Electronic Commerce Act 2000 is to provide a legal recognition of electronic contracts, electronic writing, electronic signatures, and original information in electronic form in relation to commercial and non-commercial transactions in Ireland. On a technical level, an electronic signature is a combination of your personal private encryption key and a scrambled version of your electronic document. When you provide details to the recipient of your electronic document on how to descramble and verify the document's contents, it's such as its transmission date and time and its sender. That's what the signature is. It just entails those details. I won't get any further into greater detail because it's a complicated thing. But thanks to this and similar e-commerce acts in different jurisdictions, trading in commodities, goods and services are now possible, and you're given the same protection as real-world trade and commerce. Trading in cyberspace you're just as protected in cyberspace as you are in the real world. So with all this in mind, let us see what constitutes an offence under the eCommerce Act 2000. According to Section 25 of the Act, a person or public body who knowingly accesses, copies, duplicates, publishes, alters or impersonates both within the state and outside the state another person's or public body's electronic signature without the authorization of that other person or public body, and or uses the digital signature for nefarious activities, and or unlawfully publishes, accesses or alters the signature creation device, is guilty of an offence. In most cases, the signature creation device would be a piece of software, code in the form of maybe the original algorithm or an executable, or it would be embedded in an electronic hardware security device. So let's say tampering with these credit card swipe machines, that's all constitutes an offence. So in order to secure a successful prosecution, the accused must be shown to have both acted without authorization and known that they were acting without the authorization in relation to manipulating the electronic signature and or the electronic signature creation device. Under Section 27 of the Act, the Irish police force on Garda Síochána can make a lawful search and seize electronic equipment that is believed to have facilitated the alleged crime or communications about the alleged crime. With regard to punishment under the eCommerce Act 2000, both private persons and corporate entities can be penalised and subject to a fine and or imprisonment. And I think the imprisonment can be a sentence no greater than 10 years. So in addition to the electronic contracts, electronic writing, electronic signatures, original information in electronic form, in relation to commercial and non-commercial transactions, the eCommerce Act 2000 also affords protection to Irish consumers under Section 15 of the Act, where it states, and I quote, all electronic contracts within the state shall be subject to all existing consumer law, and the role of the Director of Consumer Affairs in such legislation shall apply to consumer transactions, whether conducted electronically or non-electronically. So end quote. So the eCommerce Act 2000 is also backed up by the European directives, which are rules each member state of the European community must abide by or try and implement in their own constitution, if they have a constitution. These rules include the directive on e-commerce, and include articles 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and 10, 11, 16 and 17. The main thrust of this directive in relation to the supply of goods and services is to approximate, and I quote again, certain national provisions on information society services relating to the internal market, the establishment of service providers, commercial communications, electronic contracts, the liability of intermediaries, codes of conduct, out-of-court dispute settlements, court actions and cooperation between member states, unquote. So, all in all, this directive is again to reinforce trade among member states of the European Common Market. So, in conclusion then, today I talked about the elements of the eCommerce Act, which provides a legal recognition of electronic contracts, electronic writing, electronic signatures and original information in electronic form. I also mentioned the European Community Directive on electronic commerce that provides a legal framework to enable the internal European community market. As I mentioned in all of my videos, if you want to continue to see more of same or different topics in IT, please support me by telling your friends about my channel IT Galore on YouTube. Also remember, very important, to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button overhead this video. It's totally free to do so, and it shows that people appreciate the work that I put into making these videos. So also, if you want to leave some comments, say if you liked my video or hate my video or something, please do leave a comment. So that's it. I look forward to maybe exchanging ideas with you again soon. So until next time on IT Galore, slán and good health.